it does make me a little nervous because I'm 33 years old and my dad technically did buy me my phone.
That's fantastic.
But I've had it for many years because I'm too cheap to buy myself a phone. So he does technically still own my phone. Okay, we got to talk Supercuts Saturday. It is back. Put down your pitchfork. Stop emailing me mean things. I know it looks a little bit different. We're still working on the tech capabilities to be able to bring the graphics we're typically used to. But we're going to look at Figaro here from Lauren, who's lounging on this Saturday morning. Very cute, right? We also have Nico from Jeff. And if you just flip your head upside down, you can see Nico the right way. That was very cute. Jeff, thanks for sharing your baby. And finally, we have Tully here, who is an explorer outside, ready for the spring-like temperatures from Lauren. I think Tully will be excited when Tully looks at the 7-day. For today, it is going to feel cool. Our temperatures this morning are in the 30s. Our highs this afternoon, just mid to upper 40s. We also have that brisk breeze that will really contribute to the cold feel for today. And it also elevates fire danger. We're starting with a little cloud cover this morning, but that actually clears on a sunny, breezy afternoon ahead of us. After today, we kick off quite the warming trend. Not necessarily mild tomorrow, but we get there. Wait until you see the 7-day, several days in the 60s. I'll have that for you coming up right after the break. Get you outside.
Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
What am I talking about? Okay, yeah, here we're starting with some cloud cover this morning. And we've got a brisk breeze that hangs out, but these clouds will eventually clear, giving us a little sun for our Saturday. 39 degrees right now. Looking at the almanac for today. Forecast high about 46. Yesterday we hit 50, but we are right on target for the seasonal average before that big warm up as we head into the work week. Across the tri-state this morning, generally 20s and 30s. We're at the freezing mark in Somerville, 39 in the Park, 24 for Poughkeepsie, 37 in Bridgeport. And it's not too breezy out there this morning, but wind is a weather headline for today. I'm trying to keep Pedro happy, so it's not going to be quite as blustery as yesterday, but still to the point that the wind is not only noticeable, but it can be a bit of a nuisance at times. By midday, by lunchtime, we're looking at gust speeds peaking again 35 to 40 miles per hour. There is not a wind advisory issued for today, which tells me that that threshold is right around 40. We don't necessarily expect gusts over that, don't necessarily expect damage producing gusts, but it is still windy enough to impact the way you read the day. It'll stay blustery through this afternoon, and then the wind begins to weaken a little bit overnight into tomorrow. But considering how dry it is, that is both the ground is dry and lack of any sort of moisture in the air, that with the wind means the elevated fire danger is something that is concerning today. Please no outdoor burning. Watch the cigarette butts. Don't drive over dry brush, because if a fire starts, it can spread really rapidly, just given how dry it is with our wind. As far as the satellite and radar go, we are picking up on some cloud cover this morning, and I'm keeping a really close eye on this here. We have some flurries that could hold together into our northern neighborhoods. Don't expect it to be a big deal, but the potential for a few flurries is going to be there this morning with some cloud cover. But as Futurecast shows us, by midday, by lunchtime, we're back to abundant sunshine with highs today in the mid to upper 40s. We'll stay mostly clear to partly cloudy overnight into tomorrow morning. Sunday morning starts cold, temps in the 20s and 30s with sunshine, but tomorrow afternoon, a few more clouds in the mix as we kick off this warming trend. So tomorrow's already feeling a little milder. Today is cool, but remember, we're right around normal. Starting with clouds, those clear into the afternoon with a lot of sunshine, but the brisk breeze will keep us feeling a little bit cooler today. Tonight's lows are in the 20s and 30s under a clear sky, and then tomorrow's a little less breezy and a touch milder, highs close to 50 degrees. After tomorrow's when we really kick off that warming trend. Remember, we're springing forward into our Sunday morning. We lose an hour of sleep, and sunrise tomorrow is about 7:15 or so, but all eyes are on that warm up, right? We're to the upper 50s by Monday, and then we settle into a nice stretch of 60s through the bulk of the work week. That was the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back after the break. At the end, right?
We give it one every day. We have them under our
I'll be honest, I could use more. Okay.
So funny.
Let's do some Supercats. Supercats Saturday is back. I know it's looking a little different than normal. We're still working on some of our fancier graphics, but I built this one just so that I could be able to share your babies with you today. Rosie, gorgeous, found a sunny spot on the couch. Plenty more where that came from. Romeo, who Trisha says is a total diva, my kind of cat. Very cute sitting on the table. And we also have Mr. Tiggs, who is lounging this Saturday morning from Tara and Kim. Thank you for sharing your babies with us. For today, we do expect this cloud cover that we're starting with to give way to more sunshine this afternoon. But as clouds decrease, our wind speeds increase, and it's another blustery day as our highs land near normal in the mid to upper 40s today. It will continue to feel a little cooler than that because of the breeze that you'll notice today. It's kind of a nuisance once again. That also elevates our fire danger given how dry we are. But after today, our winds trend calmer as our temperatures trend much warmer. I'll let you know when 60s settle in on the 7-day and the full AccuWeather forecast after the break. Wake up right around when the clocks are supposed to change. And I'm like, how many alarms do I need to set to ensure that I wake up at the right 3 a.m.?
I know.
It's so hard being me.
It's a thing.
Outside
It's
on
a whole
Saturday.
thing.
Happy Saturday, waking up to a mostly cloudy sky, but we get increasing sunshine today with increasing wind speed. So all right now, winds are calm. It's not the case moving into the afternoon. Forecast high today, 46. Yesterday was 50, so we're dropping off a few degrees, but it puts us right on target for the seasonal average. Sunrise this morning, 6:18. Looking as we spring forward into tomorrow. Today's sunrise, 6:18. Tonight's sunset, 5:55, so before 6 p.m. But as we wake up tomorrow morning, because remember we spring ahead from 2 to 3 a.m., the sun will rise at 7:17 tomorrow morning and set at 6:57. So that's so nice that we're getting closer to 7 p.m. sunsets, but I guess we have to sacrifice an hour of sleep tonight. We'll get through it together. Right now, temperatures are in the 20s and 30s across the tri-state, 31 in Sussex, 32 for Newburgh and Morristown. We're at the freezing mark in Somerville as well. Well, north and west, 24 in Poughkeepsie and 27 in Liberty. Where on Long Island, we're in the 30s, 36 for Islip. The breeze is a big weather headline for today. You're not noticing it yet, but we turn up those wind speeds moving toward midday with increasing wind as we also get a little more sunshine. We're right back with peak gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour today, starting from about late morning through this evening. Now, as compared to the wind yesterday we were in excess of 40 miles per hour. We had a wind advisory. It was really blustery. We're not quite that intense today, so no wind advisory issued. We don't necessarily expect damage from this magnitude of wind gusts, but it's still a nuisance and it's still elevating our fire danger today because of how dry it is. We stick with peak gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour through this evening, and then our wind speeds will begin to settle down overnight into tomorrow. Not quite as blustery for your Sunday. Fire weather is a concern. It is elevated today. We have dry conditions. We have dry air. Relative humidity is low, and then with that wind, it means if a fire starts, it'll spread rapidly. So no outdoor burning recommended today. Mind the cigarette butts. Don't drive over dry brush. Just be smart, just given how dry our conditions are. On radar, it looks active, right? It looks like maybe a few flurries moving through Montauk, and I'm watching these spot showers, these spot flurries that are trying to sneak into our northern suburbs here. A few of them will hold together, and the potential for a couple flurries this morning going to be there with the cloud cover. But this all clears out by late morning, early afternoon, and we're back to sunny skies. So yes, it's a gray start to the day, but no, it will not be that way all day long. Clouds decrease as the winds increase moving into midday, and our highs make their way to the mid to upper 40s, right on target for the seasonal average. It will feel a touch cooler than that just given the wind, but overall, not a bad day. Just got to wait for the clouds to clear, and then of course pack the puffy coats like Michelle because of how cold it is. Overnight into tomorrow morning, mostly clear, low temperatures in the 20s and 30s, and then our highs tomorrow afternoon starting to get a little milder. We'll top out close to 50 degrees for your Sunday, and that is just the beginning of a really impressive warming trend that takes us into the week. So looking at the next 12 hours this morning, we're starting cloudy with a few flurries north and west. Those clouds clear by midday. We're back to abundant sunshine as our highs hit the mid to upper 40s, but keep in mind fire danger is high and it is noticeably windy out there today with peak gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour. But our high temperatures are right around where they should be this time of year, and our lows tonight are on the cold side, 20s and 30s ahead of sunrise tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow high temperatures landing close to 50. And again, this is just the start of a really impressive warming trend. We're to the upper 50s by Monday, and then check that out. Tuesday through the end of the week, we settle into a stretch of 60s, well above the seasonal average. But as we spring forward tonight, it definitely is going to start feeling like spring in no time. That was the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back after the break.
With some super cats.
Finally, you can put the pitchforks down. You can stop the hate mail. The cats, they're back. I know it looks a little different. We're still working out some technical kinks, but I worked to build this graphic to bring you Buddy and Charlie. Catherine sent me this. Catherine did not fit on the banner, so I shortened her name to Cat. I hope she doesn't mind. But Catherine, your babies, Buddy and Charlie, are very cute, finding a sunny spot this Saturday morning. And Sid is snuggled up with her best friend. Taylor sent this picture, very cute. And finally, we have Dudley. Debbie, you have the most beautiful blue-eyed cat I have have ever seen. So sweet and just a gorgeous kitty. So thank you for sharing. For today, we're waking up to cloudy skies and calm wind. We're going to reverse that heading into this afternoon with increasing sunshine, but also increasing wind speeds. It's another blustery day. Temperatures end up close to the seasonal average in the mid to upper 40s, but feeling colder because of that wind that hangs with us. Peak gusts 35 to 40. That also elevates fire danger, which is another headline for your Saturday. We spring forward tonight, and then spring temperatures arrive. Quite the warming trend into the work week. I'll let you know how long 60s settle in for after the break. Outside before a dramatic teardrop down my face. 7:19 right now on this Saturday morning. Gorgeous live look. I mean, sometimes the moody clouds can make that sunrise that much more spectacular. And we are waking up to a cloudy day with calm wind. It's the exact opposite moving toward midday. We have increasing sunshine and increasing wind speeds. It'll end up being another blustery one. The almanac today, forecast high 46 puts us right on target for the seasonal average of 47, but it is going to be noticeably cooler than yesterday where we hit a high of 50. We've got the cooler air and we've got that wind, both of which will make it feel a little chilly at times today. We're waking up to 30s for most of the tri-state, 20s well north and west. We're at 26 in Poughkeepsie, 29 in Sussex, at the freezing mark for Morristown and Somerville, 36 in Islip, but we are hanging on to 40 degrees right now in the park. The wind speed, not all that noticeable, but we are turning that up. By midday, we're looking at peak gusts again, 35 to 40 miles per hour. We don't necessarily expect gusts over 40 miles per hour, so no wind advisory. We don't necessarily expect damage-producing wind gusts today, but it's still windy enough to be a nuisance, and it really elevates our fire danger given how dry we are. We'll continue with gusts peaking 35 to 40 miles per hour through dinner time tonight, and then the wind will relax overnight into tomorrow morning. But fire danger is elevated considering how dry it is. That is both dry ground and dry relative humidity. That with the wind means if a fire starts, it'll spread really easily. So no outdoor burning. Watch the cigarette butts today. Don't drive over dry brush. Just be safe and smart given how dry conditions are. Looking at satellite this morning, we are starting the day with some cloud cover. Watching those flurries out east. We're watching the flurries that are starting to sneak into northern Sullivan and Ulster counties, the higher elevations. There could be more where that came from. You see that band starting to move south. So the lower Hudson Valley could start with a few flakes this morning, nothing that necessarily accumulates. And closer to the coastline, it's all cloud cover. These things clear as we move toward midday. So it's increasing sunshine today as our highs make their way to the mid to upper 40s. Remember, it becomes blustery, so it doesn't necessarily feel like mid to upper 40s, but sunny skies, chilly breeze, and seasonable highs is the weather story for Saturday. Moving overnight into tomorrow morning, our sky stays mostly clear with temperatures in the 20s and 30s as we wake up to start Sunday. It is a sunny start to the day tomorrow before clouds mix in the afternoon, but we begin that warming trend and our highs land close to 50 degrees for tomorrow. We continue that trend, takes us to the 60s by the middle of the coming week, where we settle into a stretch of very spring-like days. For today, it does feel noticeably colder, but remember those highs are actually closer to where we should be this time of year. And although it's a cloudy start with a few flurries, we clear that out, and by noon, we're looking at sunshine to go with our brisk breeze. 46 the forecast high. A blustery wind at times means elevated fire danger, so be safe, be smart. Tonight, a clear sky, cold conditions with 20s in the suburbs. Don't forget, we're springing forward into Sunday morning, and tomorrow's high temperatures close to 50 degrees with sunny skies to start and increasing clouds in the afternoon. Then our warming trend really kicks off, and we're the upper 50s by the start of the week and 60s by Tuesday. Do want to mention that we are springing forward. Daylight saving time begins tonight into tomorrow. So the sunrise this morning was 6:18 and sunrise this evening is 5:55, but tomorrow the sunrise is set at 7:17 and doesn't set until 6:57. So we're getting closer to those sunsets that are later and later, which is at least a little encouraging news. It's the one good thing about losing an hour of sleep tonight. 7-day forecast shows that spring-like pattern as we move into next week. Close to 60 Monday, but we're in the mid-60s by Tuesday. And from there, it looks like 60s through the end of the work week, so the warmer temps are just ahead. That was the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back after the break. Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, we're bringing back some kitty cats, starting with Simon. And Simon says, have a good morning. So we have to, right? Very cute from Joanne, a very sweet blue-eyed kitty. This is Gail's mood when she finds out we're springing forward tonight. Yeah, losing an hour of sleep. And Jenny said Gail is just catching up on the cat naps today so that we're feeling better tomorrow morning. Smart cat right there. And we also have the beast from Kristen snuggled up on this chilly Saturday morning. We're starting the day with cloud cover and calm wind. And this afternoon, we have sunshine and blustery wind. So it's a little different of a start than what we'll read the day as. Those clouds do thin out as we move toward midday, but the blustery wind is really picking up, with gusts peaking 35 to 40 miles per hour again today. That's going to elevate fire danger given how dry it is outside. After today, the wind does back off as our temperatures really warm up. So today's highs in the 40s, tomorrow back to 50, and wait until you see the warming trend that takes us into the work week. I'll have the numbers for you in the full AccuWeather forecast coming up right after the break. Calm wind, but this afternoon, blustery wind and sunshine. So we're flip-flopping a little bit today. Let's get you outside. Gorgeous live look as the clouds do begin to clear in parts of the city. 40 degrees right now with a light breeze. Forecast high 46, yesterday's high 50. So we're backing off a few degrees, but that drop in temp just takes us to where we should be this time of year with the average high of 47. Sunset tonight at 5:55, but remember, we're springing forward. We'll have a look at sunrise and sunset times for tomorrow in a minute. Right now, temperatures are in the 30s for a lot of the tri-state. We're at 29 in Sussex, 32 in Morristown and Somerville, 36 for Islip, 38 in Bridgeport. A little colder north and west, and it looks like in the city we're at 40. As far as the wind speed goes, it's not all that noticeable yet. We're getting there. The blustery wind does make a comeback moving toward the middle of the day with peak gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour. This isn't quite as gusty as yesterday. We're not in advisory criteria, and we don't necessarily expect damage from this, but it's the kind of wind that does become a nuisance to the day, and it also elevates our fire danger. So it's the other weather worry that we're watching because of a gusty wind. Again, by midday, you're noticing it, and those gusts hold on through this afternoon into this evening, settling down overnight into tomorrow morning. We are looking at elevated fire danger across the tri-state. It is awfully dry out there, both dry ground and dry air today. With the wind on top of that, it means if a fire starts, it spreads rapidly. So no outdoor burning. Watch the cigarette butts and don't drive over dry brush. The cloud cover starting to clear out of the city right now. Lower Hudson Valley is sunny as well. Parts of the island still under cloud cover. Central and South Jersey, same story, but it's trending clear there as well. Where I want to take you right now are northern neighborhoods. It looks like some flurries starting to fall in parts of Sullivan, Ulster, and Dutchess counties. Pine Plains getting a few snowflakes over through Kingston, Shandankin, and Denning, seeing a little bit of a light snow. Liberty, same story. Near Thompson, seeing a couple snowflakes. This isn't a significant part of the forecast, but you can see just a few of those spotty snow showers drifting into the lower Hudson Valley before they fizzle out. In general today, most of us see increasing sunshine. So by midday, as that gusty wind is picking up, sunny skies with highs in the mid to upper 40s, right on target for the seasonal average, but feeling a little cooler than that just given the fact that the breeze is chilly. Overnight into tomorrow morning, sky stays clear. Our lows fall to the 20s and 30s ahead of sunrise. And although it's a sunny start to our Sunday, we end up with increasing clouds in the afternoon as our highs make their way to the upper 40s, close to 50, but it's not quite as blustery tomorrow. So today starting mostly cloudy and cool, temperatures in the 20s and 30s for a lot of the suburbs, 40s in the city. Can't rule out a spot shower and isolated flurry through late morning, but by midday, we're right back to the sunny skies and we stick with the sunshine through the second half of the day as our highs hit seasonal averages in the mid to upper 40s. Tonight's lows are in the 20s and 30s under a clear sky, and tomorrow starts with sunshine before increasing clouds through the afternoon, but our warming trend begins tomorrow. A high close to 50 degrees, and we are just getting started. Don't forget that we do spring forward. I wonder if I have that spring forward. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let me show you sunset time tonight, 5:55, and then tomorrow 7:17 is when the sun rises, so it's a little bit later, but check out that sunset time tomorrow. That's more like it, right? Getting closer to 7 p.m. So we're springing forward into Sunday morning, and then temperatures follow suit. Looks like upper 50s by Monday, and then 60s Tuesday through the end of the coming week. That was the AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back after the break.